Yo, what up guys, it's your boy Legendary here. Today, people, I finally got a deck profile for Women's History Month to celebrate all the Yu-Gi-Oh women in the show. So today we're going to be starting off with Blue Maiden, not Blue Angel. I still have to build her Trickstar deck, and I like water and blue more, so I wanted to work on the Marincess first, and I love her final design of the Blue Maiden design much more than the other two. So yeah, it is what it is. I wanted to try Blue Maiden. Check out this gorgeous mat that I made. It's very beautiful. I was happy with how it came out. All the colors and it all just blends very nice together. I love it. But yeah, we're gonna be doing Blue Maiden here as the first female Yu-Gi-Oh for the month, and then after this it's going to be the updated Yuzu deck profile, and then hopefully I'll have time to do my main OC Juliet from my Yu-Gi-Oh Hidden Legend series. But yeah, we'll see when we get there. So first of all the anime cards that are going to be in this deck will be in the link in the description. There's only 3, so there's really not a lot, but it will be in the description. If it's not, just let me know in the comment, and I'll put it up there so you guys can download it and print it yourself. But it's only 3 cards. But for now, we're going to go through the deck. There's no side deck. It's just the main deck and an extra deck. Alright, so the first thing I gotta say is there were not a lot of Marincess monsters, so you couldn't really build like a full 20 card deck without adding copies. So I pretty much just had to add copies of different Marincess monsters in order to flesh out the deck. She did have a couple copies here and there of like 2 different monsters, I think, maybe 3. But other than that, yeah. So we're just gonna hop into it. We got 2 copies here of Marincess Spring Girl. And then we got 2 copies of Marincess Blue Tang. This is basically the Stratos of the deck, searching out any Marincess monster. Then we got Marincess Pascalus, so 2 copies of that. And then 2 copies of Marincess Basilalima. Very nice. And then we have 3 copies of Marincess Seahorse. This is just basically allows you to extend your link plays and stuff like that. And then we got 3 copies of Marincess Sea Star. This is kind of like your Kalut of the deck. It increases a Marincess monster's attack by 800, so it's kind of like hand trap kind of thing. And then we got 2 copies of Marincess Banderin, and then 2 copies of Marincess Sleepy Maiden. Pretty cool card right there. I'm not going to go through all the effects. You guys can read that on your own. And then the final one is Marincess Crown Tail. I added 1 copy of that. And then for the final 2 cards, I added 2 copies of this other Cybers monster that's not a Marincess, and that's Sea Archiver. It fits perfectly with the deck. It's a water, it's a Cybers monster, and it's a little seahorse, and this is an underwater theme deck, and you can even see like the corals and all the little underwater stuff there. So I felt like this fit really well with the deck, so feel free to add that if you guys want. This is what I added to kind of fill out the deck. Altogether, that's 21 monsters. Alright, so that's the monsters right there. We're going to get into the spells and traps. So for the spells and traps, she didn't have a lot of spells and traps either. She didn't duel that much as Blue Maiden, so I did have to add a lot of generic water support in order to kind of flesh out the deck and finish it. So first we're going to start off with Marincess Battle Ocean, the field spell. This card is cool. It just gives extra power to your Marincess monsters, and equips Marincess Link monsters to one of your Link monsters that you Link summon to it, and then it'll give them like extra attack points and stuff like that, and will allow certain Link monsters effects to trigger. It's a very unique playing style, this deck. I actually really like it. It involves equipping your Links from the graveyard to it, and then avoiding taking battle damage and avoiding being destroyed by special summoning the equips onto the field. And so it's a very unique. I actually started playtesting it with it a little bit in Master Duel. It was fun. I still got to practice more with the deck. Maybe in a Master Duel live stream, hopefully this month before Women's History Month ends, or if not next month, I can test out this deck more thoroughly in a Master Duel stream. But yeah, I still gotta practice more with it, but it's a really fun, cool deck. Very strong too. Then we got Marincess Dive, the new support card right there. Very good, very gorgeous. Marincess Dive. And then we got Marincess Bubble Blast. This is an anime card right here. I will read this one just because it's an anime card. I'll put it on the screen as well for you to read it. If your opponent controls a Link 3 or higher Link monster, activate this by targeting one Link 2 or lower. So this will only work if you're facing another Link deck. So you might have to tech this out, you know, if you're not facing another, you know, VRAINS character or Link character in general. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, I'll finish reading the effect. Activate this by targeting a Link 2 or lower Marincess Link monster you control. If a Marincess monster or monsters is normal special summon to a zones the targeted monster points to, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the total Link rating of that monster times 500. So that can be pretty beefy burn damage right there. During the end phase, if your opponent's life points becomes less than or equal to yours, destroy this card. You can only control one of this card. You cannot declare an attack the turn you activate this card. So it has its downsides, but it has a powerful burn effect and stuff like that. But take that card out if you're not facing a Link deck, because then it'll just be a dead draw in your hand mostly. And you can replace it with like a generic water spell trap card like Sea Lord's Amulet would be good for protection. Alright, so anyway, we got different dimension Deep Sea Trench. We have Ice Mirror. This only works on level 3 or lower water monsters. You can summon a copy of that monster from your deck. Then we got Salvage for recovery for water. We got more Ray of Greed, once again just generic water support. And we got this card called Water of Life. This is not technically water support, but it has water in the name. I like the artwork and it's a water deck. But yeah, this is kind of like a Monster Reborn kind of thing. If you control monsters, you can target one monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and attack. Also, for the rest of this turn after this resolves, you cannot activate monster effects except the special summoned monster. So it's definitely a much weaker Monster Reborn because it has a lot of negatives. But yeah, and then the field spell, Yumarika, just, you know, generic water field spell for a power boost. And that's it. So that's the spells right there. Then for the traps, we have quite a good amount of Marincess trap cards. So we have Marincess Wave right here. We have Marincess Cascade. We have Marincess Current. We have Marincess Snow. And then we also have Marincess Blue Ring right here. And Marincess Circulation. And then for two other Marincess trap cards that are from the anime, we have Marincess Decision. Its effect reads: banish one Marincess card in your graveyard. Target one face down defense position monster you control. Change it to face up defense position. Its effects can't be activated, and then immediately Link summon one Link monster using, you know, the monsters on your field as material. And then you can banish this card, and then you can also banish this card from your graveyard and one Marincess from your graveyard to target a face-up monster your opponent control, and it loses attack equal to the banished monster's original attack until the end phase. So I mean, even its banish effect is really powerful, just for helping you get over some monsters that are too high and stuff like that. So it's a very good card. I actually like it. I don't know why they haven't printed that card out, but yeah, it's a very good good anime trap. And then we have Marincess Bubble Circle. This card's not as strong, but still kind of cool. When this card is activated, gain life points equal to the total Link rating of the Marincess Link monsters in your graveyard times 100. So you can set the graveyard up with a lot of Marincess like turn 1, because this deck is super fast at like Link climbing and stuff. So you can, you know, gain a good amount of life points, you know, 1,000 or more or whatever. And whatnot. So this could be helpful for life point gaining. And then its second effect reads: you can banish one level 5 or higher Marincess monster in your graveyard and inflict 100 damage. I don't know why it's just 100. That's really weird that it's only 100 damage. It has nothing to do with the Link ratings either or anything. It's just 100 damage only. So I don't really get that, but whatever. That's an anime card right there. Like I said, those cards will be available in the link in the description. And then for the final two trap cards, we got Bubble Bringer. This is a generic water trap. This card is actually very good, you know, for stalling, because it makes it so level 5 or higher monsters cannot attack directly. So you can just kind of leave this out and stall for a while. So unless you're fighting an Xyz user or a Link user, this card can pretty much help you stall for a long time. And then it also can banish itself to summon like 2 level 3 or lower water monsters, I think, from the graveyard. So, and then you can use those for links, so that's good. And then we got Torrential Reborn as a recovery right there. And that's pretty much it right there. We'll get into the extra deck. Alright, so for the extra deck, we have, alright, we're going to go backwards here. So for the link 1, we have Marincess Seahorse. This one's really good. It allows you to search out Marincess spell card. I usually search out the field spell to start, setting up. So that's the field spell searcher right there. Then we have Marincess Blue Slug. I only was able to pick up 1 copy, but she actually, I think, has 2 or 3. So you can probably completely max out. But this is Blue Slug right here. It's the link 1. And then we have Marincess Crystal Heart right there. Then she has 2 copies of Marincess Coral Anemone. I think I said it right the first time. Anemone. Yeah, Crystal Coral Anemone. She had 2 copies of that in the anime, so there you go. So I had to add 2 because she has 2. And then Marincess Marble Rock. Right there, she had 2 copies of that as well. And then we have one of the new support cards, Marincess Coral Triangle. Right there, a nice link 3. And then we have Marincess Great Bubble Reef right there, a nice link 4. That's one of the new link 4s. And then we got Marincess Wonder Heart, which is, I believe, her actual ace. I think it's either Marble Ace or Wonder Heart, but I'm gonna go with Wonder Heart because it makes more sense because it's connected with the Crystal Heart and Aqua and stuff like that. So this is her ace. Marincess Wonder Heart, very cool card. I like it a lot. Good artwork, and I like summoning this and then equipping all the other links that I use to summon it to gain a lot of power with the field spell, and then it has an effect, a Stally kind of effect. It's really cool. It's just a cool deck overall. And then the final link monster is the link for Aqua Argonaut. Yeah, Aqua Argonaut. Interesting name. But yeah, so this is also a very powerful card. It allows you to bounce cards on the field. So if you're in a really tight spot, this can help you out some boards by just bouncing cards on your opponent's field and stuff. So that card's really good too. And then the final link monster, this is not technically in the deck that she used, but yeah, so I have G Golem Crystal Heart. It's a water cyburst monster. This was like Earth's part of Earth's deck, which is the G Golem archetype, but this one's water instead. So obviously it's like a reference to the relationship between Aqua and Earth and stuff like that. So I just added it in there. The effect doesn't really work with the deck at all because it works with the G Golem stuff. So the effect is irrelevant. I just added it because it's a anime reference and it's their bond and their love together. I just added it in there, but you could summon it in this deck, but its effect will be irrelevant to you, so you don't really need to get this card. I just wanted to show it off. That's pretty much it. But yeah, that is the deck profile right there for you guys. That is Blue Maiden's deck right there. I'm excited to finally have this deck in real life, and I think I gotta practice with it more and all that stuff. So it's gonna be awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. There's no side deck because this is all I was able to make. If you want to add some side deckable cards, all you really have to do is kind of just add some generic water support in there. But for the most part, this deck is solid on its own. It's super fast. It's very consistent. It's not very hard to get to your ace because all you need to do is go into your link 1, search your field spell, and then a lot of them search and special summon themselves. So this deck is super fast at getting to your higher boss monsters in 1 turn. So it's very smooth, very consistent. I like it a lot, and it's just very strong and has a unique defensive playing style and aggressive playing style, which is cool. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. God bless you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. You will be seeing Yuzu coming up next. God bless you guys. I will see you in the next video. Gotcha. Peace.